Hello, and welcome back to the Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Happy New Year to everybody who is watching live in the chat. Big up Ozan already. Big up my bro. Happy New Year, my bro. Happy New Year. Hopefully you had a good night last night, and hopefully you're having a good day on New Year's Day. But Happy New Year to you. And Happy New Year to everybody who is watching live and who is watching on the replays. I hope you guys have had a spectacular year, and I hope you have a spectacular year to come. Big ups to everyone, and big ups to my brother T, who joins me today for this match reaction. T, Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy New Year, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hope you had a good night yesterday. I hope you didn't go crazy too much. And I hope you're well rested for this stream, because there is a lot to talk about. A lot
to unpack.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think to start it off, before we go into the whole conversations and speak about this and that, let's just get your overarching views on the game as a whole. Because people have heard enough from me, man. I've said it on different channels. Probably heard my say, but I'm gonna still say something. But what's your thoughts about this game, man?
Well, the game, we didn't start that bad. We started pretty good, actually. 15-minute FC, like always. We had a good spell at the beginning. The Martinelli move that ended up being a deflection goal from Saka did happen because we played fast, we played sharp, we played direct. And the second half, that fell off, man. And we got basically outclassed by Fulham, who lost their last game to Bournemouth 3-0, and the game before that 2-0 to Burnley. So to be getting outclassed by a team like that is wild to me. But that basically happened. And we were nowhere the second half, man. The second half, Fulham looked amazing. Raul Jimenez, the fullbacks, the center back, I forgot his name. Bassi.
Yeah.
Bassi. Yeah, they all looked like different players, And Willian looked like his prime self. Iwobi looked like his prime self, and did the gritty on us. And they look like a different team, and that's because we capitulated. We look like amateurs. Odegaard looked, not much to say apart from the fact that when he blew his nose, he put the snot in his hair when he flicked his hair backwards, because he always does that. And this is true, by the way. He actually did that. Havertz, Mr. Anonymous. Yeah, Bozo Gene is back. Gabriel. It was a total capitulation. It was not like we could have said, "Oh, Gabriel and Saliba played good," because that's what we normally say when everyone else plays bad. In this case, everyone played bad. Saliba got dispossessed. He pulled on shirts. He got fouls, unnecessary fouls, and I was like, "What are you doing, bro? It looks like you've lost your head, and you're not making smart decisions." And this thought, what I just explained, goes out to everyone, because everyone in the second half looked shocking. Total amateurs. The system is not systeming. The parts are not the right parts. And we're seeing it right now, man. We got exposed. I said last game that we were going to be found out eventually, because this controlling system that we were doing right now, we got away with a lot of games. And now we see back-to-back games that the system has been found out, and it's not sustainable. And when you're a title challenging squad, you cannot, suffer two back-to-back losses like that, man, against teams like, with all due respect, West Ham and Fulham. It's not acceptable, man. It's not acceptable.
Yeah. No. Listen, what you've said has been spot on. what you've said has been spot on. In my opinion, just not good enough yesterday. The performance not good enough. Just overall, the team, like you said, started off first 15 minutes looked good. 15-minute FC is what you called them. But first 15 minutes was good. They looked like they were trying to attack the goal, trying to attack the team, and then all of a sudden, bang, the side switch, and then all of a sudden, we're getting so much pressure on us, so much pressure on the team. Passes are being mispassed. You know what I mean? There's no accuracy on the passes. Shots are going wide. We can't even generate or even make shots. We can't
Mm-hmm.
even attacks. At this point, we were passing sideways and backwards. Passing sideways and backwards, no fluidity in the game that we've been playing. And I think I'm slowly coming to the realization that, you know what, we really haven't got the backup. We haven't got the backups. We haven't got the depth. We
Mm-hmm.
have even the starting 11 could look shaky at times. This is massive for our season. We have to, because at this point, obviously, I know a lot of people are saying that the title's done. I mathematically, it's still not done. We are still
Mm-hmm.
in the title race.
Yeah.
However, we have made it so difficult for ourselves to even come back from this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have made it so difficult, and I said this in on the terrace yesterday, and I've said it on the Ahwa, and I will say it again, and I will repeat it. We have made it so difficult for ourselves to win this league. I'm not even just talking about just being in the title race, because most likely we will still be in the title race. We may be points off or something like that, but bro, to win the title, you need a different mentality. To win the title, you need players who are willing to put 110%, give you 110% every single game. Every single game. Arteta for this match as well, he was at fault for a few things that he done. So he was definitely at fault. Also the players, not good enough. Performances absolutely shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely shocking. I can name a few. Ben White, shocking.
No words.
Martinelli, shocking. Saka, shocking. Although certain people were saying, "Oh, but Saka's the one. He was
Mm-hmm.
trying to make something happen for you guys, bro. It's not good enough.
And you
The
know
level
what's funny?
there.
You know what's funny about what you said right now? These are not squad players or new players. These are our main players that you are naming right now.
Starters.
Starters, our main players are the fact that this team is where it's at today. Those players are not playing right now, and that's what's funny and frustrating about what you say right now. These are not squad players that you're naming. These are main players. These are main players. And yeah.
Yeah. No. I listen. Fucking on these headphones, man. Bro. Yeah. Listen. For me, looking at this team right now, starters that we were relying on, depending on,
Hmm.
players who helped us get to the position that we were in, are dropping stinkers. Are absolutely dropping stinkers.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to the players that we brought in, and actually, you know what? Let's stick to the game. Let's stick to the game. So, Havertz today, for this game,
Who?
absolutely, yeah, exactly who. Casper the fucking friendly ghost. He's fucking invisible.
Yeah.
Invisible. It's a
Hmm.
disgrace, bro. That's a disgraceful performance from Havertz today. Same thing with Martinelli. Ghost.
Hmm.
Absolutely nothing. Anytime he gets the ball, he gives it away. it's been the story. That's been the story of our lives this season. Respectfully, that's been the story of our lives.
Hmm.
Like, doesn't even want to take on his man, and when he does take on his man, and he gets in the box, the shot isn't even accurate.
Hmm.
It isn't even a shot. It isn't even an accurate shot to possibly score the goal.
Yep. Runs away
Kivior,
from the ball
yep, runs away from the
and
ball exactly.
doesn't ask the ball to create like a true midfielder, like a true number eight. Every time he gets the ball, he gets rid of it immediately instead of holding on to it, looking for something to go forward. Maybe no, he just passes it to the guy next to him. That was literally what Havertz did yesterday. Apart from that, he did nothing. He was Mr. Anonymous, and this is our most paid player at the moment, by the way.
Mm. Yeah, Kivior, left back.
Tw-
I knew that. Go on, because I know you're gonna say actually he wasn't that bad. I know already, bro.
okay, the reason why I said that is because the rest was so terrible that it Kivior was not the main culprit of why it went bad. That was more Gabriel. That was more Ben White. Those players were more to blame than
But
Kivior, in my opinion. But Kivior is not
no,
good enough.
but hold on, but T, this is where I come in, yeah, and I have to back Salim and Gabriel in a way
I didn't say
because
Saliba. I said Gabriel and Ben White.
okay, but I have to back Gabriel in a way, yeah, because
Okay.
Salim and Gabriel both yesterday were made mistakes,
Hmm.
were out of position, and there was a reason for that. Jakob Kivior and Benjamin supermodel male model White.
Okay.
Yeah. Those were the reasons why these guys were out of position because they are having to go and play as centre backs as well as left backs and right backs,
Hmm.
respectively. Attack.
But the
Yeah.
second goal was Gabriel's fault, and that was a corner. It was a set piece. It was not an attacking play, or it was not a running play or something. It was a set piece. Gabriel shot the ball to someone, to Tomiyasu, I think, which ended up falling in front of what was the guy's name again? Reed? Was it Reed?
Yeah, they called over Reed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gabriel shot it to Tomiyasu's chest, and then it fell to the player, and then they scored. That was Gabriel's fault, and it was exactly the same as what he did against West Ham when he shot the ball on Zinchenko's chest. And I blame Zinchenko for that because why were you there? But in this case, he did it again. So it is his fault, and I'm not blaming him because it's the easy target because I blame
No.
Saliba
I
as
can
well.
understand. Now,
But it
now
was
that
his fault.
you, yeah, because I actually forgot about the second goal and his positioning for that. So yeah, okay, I did forget about that goal. But yeah, Saliba, I don't think we can fully blame him because having to make up for Ben White's mistakes, there's only so much that you can do
Hmm.
as a player. There's only so much that you can do before, and a similar story can be told for Declan Rice because Declan Rice in these last well, Declan Rice this whole season has been covering for everybody, doing 5 jobs at once, doing multiple things at once. Whether he's defending, whether he's trying to push the ball forward, yeah, progress the ball,
Hmm.
whether he's trying to pass it forward, whether he's trying to run with the ball, whether he's trying to intercept it. Do you know what I mean? Whether he's tracking back to help the centre backs.
Yeah.
But this guy's doing nearly every single person's job. I'm surprised he doesn't get in goal and try and save the goals for David Raya at this
Hmm.
point
Yeah.
because
Which
he's
he
literally
did
covering for
also, by the
everyone.
way. He did that one
Yes,
time,
he did.
remember?
Oh my god, yes, he
Against
did.
City,
What am
yeah.
I talking about? He's literally done every single person's job. Every single person's job. He's scored goals when the strikers haven't scored goals.
Hmm.
He's assisted goals when the midfielders haven't assisted goals. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he has defended us in the midfielders. Where listen, he is a DM. Well, he's actually a box to box, but he's done the defensive work as well. Yeah, to stop it from going back.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's stopped. Look at the well, technically the Liverpool game, he didn't really do anything. He was just trying to get himself in the way of everything during that what's it called, the Trent miss.
Mm-hmm.
The Trent miss.
Yeah.
He was trying to get himself in front of it, or just trying to get himself in the way.
Yeah,
Um,
it's smart because then you need to choose last minute, if a last second instead of imagine Rice went forward, then you had to make the choice earlier, and then after that it's an open goal. So the fact that he let them choose until the last second, that was the reason why they could have missed it as well, because yeah,
and that
maybe
just
they could
shows
have
the
took a
caliber
better
of player
shot at the end.
yeah, that just shows the caliber of player we're dealing with. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And for Declan Rice, for Saliba this season, and even for Gabriel, because Gabriel has had a good season this season.
Hmm.
So yes, so for Gabriel, for Saliba, for Declan Rice, for them, I have to apologize because they they alone have done what was needed to keep us going,
Hmm.
to keep us going. Tomiyasu, when he was fit, he was also there doing what needed to be done. But slowly, these cracks that were just papering over, eventually, you're not going to be able to paper over them anymore. The
Nope.
wall's going to keep on cracking, and you're done. So the real question is, have we really progressed this season, or have we just been lying to ourselves
Excellent question.
to sell ourselves some sort of dream? I think that's where we need to go to next, because
Excellent
I'm done
question, because
talking
I
about
have the
last
stats.
night's game. Yeah,
I
I'm done
have the
talking about
stats.
last night's game.
I have the stats.
Go on, what's the stats?
So if you would like to know if we've progressed or regressed from last year from this point, we spent 200 million this summer to progress. Okay, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to improve. We wanted to have a bigger squad, so we have more options on the bench. That was the original plan. Correct.
Hmm.
Correct. We have, if we compare exactly the same game week of this season and last season, we have 10 less points. Okay, we had 50, now we have 40.
Mm.
We scored 10 less goals, and we've conceded 3 more goals. Okay,
Mhm.
in game week 20, both seasons. And now we're supposed to be more controlled. Now we're supposed to have a better defense, right? Because
Mm.
that's what people are talking about how amazing we control the game, how much possession we have, how good our defense is, blah blah blah. We've conceded more goals and we've scored 10 less goals than last season. And we've heard a lot of things. We've heard, oh, we don't want to guess out until the end of the season, so we will like to begin more controlled and then uh, turn on the jets at the end of the season. But at this moment in time, we've regressed. We've spent 200 million in one window. One player is good. Harvards didn't do shit, apart from a few goals, but those were tap-ins, and we gave him a Arsenal Player of the Month. The propaganda Player of the Month is how I like to call it. And all looked great. But if we look at the facts and the stats, we regressed from last year. We're fourth now. We were at top of the league last season with 10 points more, 10 goals more, and we've conceded 3 less last season. And now, um, but okay, I have no much to say because I don't want to doom again. I want to just speak about facts and not about emotion. But Emery took over a relegation side, and now they're above us. Ange Postecoglou, who just took over this Tottenham side with a lot of dead wood, is 1 point behind us. You know, I need people to wake up and smell the coffee and realize that what Arteta is doing at the moment is more likely to regress us than to progress this team. And it almost looks like he hit a ceiling and we need a level up. Because I said this a few streams ago, I am afraid that we are going to waste these caliber players on a coach like Arteta, and at the end someone like Saliba would leave to a Real Madrid, for example, and we've wasted our time with a coach who wasn't good enough in the first place. That's how I feel if I look at it objectively, from a stats perspective, because the stats ain't lying, bro. We've regressed. Oh, it's my stream now. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Football Corner. My name is TKA. I'm your new host. I think Saad has Saad his internet bottled it a little bit. Big up, Aaron. Big up, FPL.
My bad, bro. My bad. I had to
Hey,
restart
welcome back.
my whole thing, man.
Welcome back, man.
My whole thing, man.
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, MDL is too funny. That's a takeover T.
Yeah.
That's too funny. But yeah, no. Listen, I think the fact there's definitely cause for concern. There's definitely cause for concern at the moment. I'm never gonna sit here and be one of those toxic positive fans. Oh my god, let's just look at the future. Players are gonna come back, and we could actually get back into the title race, and we could be top again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit there and say that. I'm not, because I do know there's cause for concern. Like, there is cause for concern right now. The fact that Ange Postecoglou, or Toglu, however you say his name, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care, to be honest.
Big Ange.
Yeah, however, this Ange guy, Big Ange, whatever you want to call him, the fact that he's coming to Tottenham and they are 1 point behind us, yeah, regardless on the fact, because yes, I can understand that this league is more competitive now, but there's no way that these men with Ben Davies and Chicken Royale at the back, yeah, playing with Richarlison up front, are 1 point behind us, bro. How? How can they be 1 point behind us? One. And you look at other places on the table here, yeah. Now Aston Villa, they've had a good season. I can't really complain with that. I can't say, oh, why are they ahead of us?
Just to put into context, they were a relegation side before Emery joined.
Yeah, that just shows good recruitment. When you give Emery the players that he wants, that's what happens. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's fully sustainable with them yet, because they do have some off performances themselves. So they're not fully in the good side. It's not all sunshine and rainbows over there.
Yeah.
Manchester City this season had one of their worst starts, I believe, to a season.
Yeah, ever since the first season of Pep, this was their worst start and the worst streak they were on, and they were like 1 in 6, 1 in 7, or something. It's basically the same as what we're in right now, because we're 1 in 5, 1 in 6, or something right now.
So they had their worst start to a season. That's the time for us to capitalize and get in front of them. Make sure we have a proper gap, so we at least have the front. We have our front foot forward. Instead, we have let them go ahead of us with a game in hand, and they're ahead of us because of goal difference.
Exactly.
With a game
Without
in
Kevin De Bruyne.
without Kevin De Bruyne.
Hmm.
These man were playing with what's his name? Rico
Rico
Lewis in
Lewis.
midfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Rico Lewis in midfield, and Mandem were putting in Ruben Neves.
Hmm.
Ruben Neves in the midfield.
But you know what's funny about what you say right now? Both the teams you've named, Tottenham and City, are playing weird players in weird positions.
Mhm.
And City is doing better than us, and Tottenham is 1 point behind us. And we almost have our full 11. We just
That's
miss a
why.
few players.
Yeah.
It just reflects back to the manager if you look at it in this context, in my opinion. Because what is Arteta doing? Why is he still playing one system with players that don't suit this system? Don't you have a plan B or a plan C? Is your plan A even working? And that's the issue we're facing right now. We are using a system that doesn't suit these players that we have right now.
Exactly, and that's the key, because let's span our mind back. Let's span our mind back to the summer transfer window. We were excited.
Mm-hmm.
Rice has just come in. Well, actually, no, Rice hadn't come in before him. So we were excited because all of this news about Rice coming in, Timber coming in, all of this, all of that. We were getting gassed. Yeah, we were excited.
Yeah.
Kai Havertz comes in. And
Yeah.
everybody's scratching their head. I know I was. T, I know you were.
Bro, if you knew me when Havertz was at Chelsea, you wouldn't want to talk to me for 1 week if you saw the Havertz transfer, because I was so pissed. I was like, we give this dead guy a career and the biggest contract in this team. I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it.
And I look at that signing of Mr. Kai Havertz,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, so he wants to put him in the midfield. He wants to put him in the midfield because since he's been playing in our team, he's played in the midfield. He has played in the
Mm-hmm.
midfield.
Exactly.
So does he want him to progress the ball? Because he can't. He can't progress the ball. His forward passes, his ball progression is low. It's not at the levels that we need to be at.
Mm-hmm.
It's not at the levels we should be at. His defensive duties, he doesn't do the defensive duties like Xhaka.
No way. Xhaka even played left back for us. He was that good defensively. He
Does
was
he?
just rash.
Exactly. Does he offer us the passing like Granit Xhaka? Even though Granit Xhaka wasn't really a passer, but
Hey, he had the Xhaka boom,
he could
at least.
exactly. He could at least put a shot from 25 yards out and shoot it. And you were like, you know what? This could actually go in, bro. If he shoots it, this could actually go in.
Yeah.
And you look at what Mikel Arteta has done with that transfer. Yeah, he took a risk.
Mm-hmm.
He decided, you know what? I'm gonna buy Kai Havertz because I think I can change him. Because I think I'm the Messiah. I think I know everything. I'm the boss. I'm the gangster in this thing, bro.
The
Yeah.
best looking
Look,
Spaniard.
give me a fucking break, mate. Give me a fucking break about the Spaniard. I couldn't give a fuck if the guy looked like shit. Really, dude, I couldn't give a fuck if the guy looked like shit, bro. I really couldn't give a fuck. As long as he's producing what he needs to do on the pitch, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, as long as he looks good for the camera, it's enough for this club, man.
Bro, it's crazy. So for me, I look at it like this, yeah. He's come in, he's brought in Kai Havertz, he's brought in all of these players, yeah. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and slate every single player that he bought from the start because there's too many names to go through. Yeah, but between him and Edu, bringing in Kai Havertz, the thought process behind that, there should have been something worrying about the price. And that's the main thing for me, is the price. Because let's say, for instance, we bought Kai Havertz for like 25 million or something like that, or 30 million. It wouldn't hurt as much. Because 25 million nowadays, although it's a lot of money, it's throwaway for these clubs. They buy players for like 25 million. They don't really bat an eyelid.
Jakub Kiwior was 25 million.
Exactly. And even though he's not working out at the moment at left back, still, I'm fine. I don't care. I know that even if he doesn't work out, it was a risk. It was only 25 million. When we're talking about Kai Havertz, people, and T, we are talking about 65 million pounds, not 65 million euros, 65 million pound sterling in the bank.
Yep.
Is what we paid Chelsea. And the funny thing is, paying that to Chelsea actually managed to get them Caicedo, actually managed to get them Lavia.
Exactly.
Managed to get them.
Don't forget the Jorginho funds as well.
Yeah. So when are we going to stop going for these rejects? And when are we, even the wages? Oh my God, MDO, you just reminded me. You just reminded me about the wages. Let me just quickly do a quick search. Let me do a quick search. I just have to find out.
Bro, I know them off the top of my head. Havertz is like 280. Odegaard's like 200, 220. Jesus is 180 or something. And bro, it's crazy. Nketiah 100, Nelson 100. El Neni 75, 70 or something. Just waste of money, bro.
Kai Havertz is on 331k a week.
331 euros, yeah? I think that was
331 pounds.
Pounds. Wow. I thought it was 280.
Pounds.
I thought it was 280.
331 pounds. 331 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
£1,000 a week.
Yes, of the finest British pounds.
Yeah. On top of that, on top of those £331,000, which I'm paying Kai Havertz every single week, I'm paying 65 million right into Chelsea's bank account, which then gets them Caicedo. Yeah. Big up to everybody who joined from Mo's stream, by the way. Big up to Mo. Big up to everybody who joined. Happy New Year for everybody who did join from Mo's stream. So big up to you guys. Big up. But just going back to what I was saying. So for everybody who joined, for what was I saying? So me giving Chelsea money and me paying this guy for what? What am I paying Kai Havertz for? Am I paying Kai Havertz to stand on the pitch? Let me just quickly, actually, you know what? Yeah, because I just wanted to get the because I saw the stats. Yeah, and it was actually laughable how many touches this guy has in a game, how many passes this guy has in a game. You know, it's actually funny how much this guy does in a game. 77 minutes played. Let's have a look. Let's have a look how much let's have a look at how much this guy has done. Yeah.
Okay, look at Nketiah afterwards. Because we haven't mentioned him today.
Yeah, 37 touches. 37 touches. You compare that to Rice. Rice had 117. You compare that to Odegaard. Odegaard had 82. This guy had 37 touches. Are you telling me that you can't even get involved? He doesn't even call for the ball in games. He does not even call for the ball in games. I see him making runs, and he isn't even calling for the ball. Isn't even calling for the ball. This is how stupid we are right now, man. This is what we've done to our club. We have bought Kai Havertz instead of going out there buying a proper left 8, somebody that can actually do the role. Somebody that can actually do the role. Instead, we sat there, we bought him for 65 million. Rice and Timber, I'm happy with. But that money that went to Kai Havertz, could that not have gone to, a Goretzka? Could that have not gone to, I don't know, a Tony? Or possibly gone and added more to that to get an Osimhen? Could we have not gotten better players to hopefully get us to where we need to be? The fact that Eddie plays for me at this club, and Aniso, oh my God, Aniso just read my mind. The fact that he played 90 minutes yesterday or Sunday, wherever it was Sunday yesterday. Yes, it was. It's Monday today. I'm losing track of days, time, fucking everything. The fact that Eddie played 90 minutes yesterday is a sackable offence in its own. I'm not saying I want Arteta sacked. I'm not saying I want Arteta out. That is sackable, bro. Eddie Nketiah is still at this club playing, bro. He is a mid-table team striker. Jesus at least offers other things. I don't know if you have anything to say, bro, because I'm just blabbering on at this point.
Eddie Nketiah, just to add to what you said, Crystal Palace want him and we keep refusing them. And the reason why is because Arteta says he's a key player for this squad. And we keep having favorites. We give the numbers away like it's nothing, like not the number 14 doesn't mean anything, you know. And the only thing we do is PR. We focus on PR, and Eddie Nketiah is one of the main guys when it comes to PR. Havertz makes YouTube videos and goes to Arsenal academies, blah blah blah. Gives out shirts and stuff. Only thing we're focusing on is PR at the moment. We're not focusing on winning. We're not focusing on improving. We're not ruthless enough. The fact that El Neni is still here, the fact that Nelson and Nketiah earn 100K, the fact that Havertz is our highest earner. The list goes on, bro. The list goes on. And just to put into context, Havertz, together with Fabio Vieira, together with Kivior, together with David Raya, is like 155, 160 million. Those all put together. You basically wasted money. And I'm not saying Raya is bad. The reason why I'm naming Raya is because we didn't actually need a keeper. But you've bought him and you've spent like 27 to 30 million for him. It's unnecessary. You spent 25 million on Jakub Kivior. You spent 35 million on Fabio Vieira. And you know how much I roast Vieira, but I actually think he's a decent player. I don't think he just fits the system. I don't think he fits the league. I don't think he is, he's not like Cazorla. And Cazorla actually adapted to the league with his size. And this guy is not adapting and is not looking like improving. And we paid 35 million for that. And to top it off, we paid 65 for Havertz. And it all comes back to the manager, in my opinion. And you say it's a sackable offense that he played Nketiah for 90 minutes. I think it's a sackable offense that this guy is the reason why we're in our longest trophy drought, because the longest trophy drought was like 2 years or something, 3 years. And we haven't won since the FA Cup, basically, because I'm not counting the Community Shield. And he won that with Emery's team and not with his own team. And now he built his own team. Now he bought his players. And we look worse. And we regress from last year. And we are in our longest trophy drought. And it's not looking good, man. And I think he should be sacked. I think I've seen enough. 4 years is a long time. And I think we need, just like Liverpool, just like what they did with Brendan Rodgers, because Brendan Rodgers had also Suarez and all those players, and he couldn't do it. And they leveled up to Klopp, and then they won the Champions League, they won the league. And I think we need the same. I think Arteta is he reached the maximum. We need a level up. And that's how I feel at the situation, because he's just wasting money and he's buying players that are not good enough. He has favorites like Nketiah that he keeps playing, and all it does is be negative for the club and for the squad and the results we get.
Yeah, listen, when it comes to players, obviously, Ravi asked a question here. Yeah, Ravi asked a question here. Said, "Saad, thoughts on Odegaard? Is he good enough long term, or is it the system exposing him?" Right now, when it comes to Odegaard hasn't got Thomas Partey behind him, which was an important part to his game, bro. Getting the ball quickly over to Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard gets the ball quickly over to Saka. That's the way we used to attack from that right side. Now you're putting behind him either Rice, or you're putting, well, it is Rice most of the time that is behind him, and Rice just can't deliver the ball quick enough to Odegaard, so it doesn't work. I don't think that Odegaard is the problem. I think Odegaard is a good player in the right system, of course, and I think you can utilize him. Just look what he done last season. Last season for me wasn't a blip. Last season was the reason why we've gone so low from last season, because we changed the midfield. It was working. You have to get the same sort of player. You take out Xhaka from that team, and then you put in Kai Havertz. They're totally different players. They don't do the same thing. They don't have the same characteristics. They don't have the same skills. Xhaka overall was defensively good, and then he was also good going forward and progressing the ball and pushing the ball forward. When it comes to Havertz, he's just a free roam player. You know, in FIFA, when you put a player on free roam, you just let him do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah,
that's him, bro. He's everywhere. He's going everywhere. Do whatever you want.
He is a player that only benefits himself and not the team, because everyone plays towards Havertz. Everyone plays the ball into Havertz for his back post goals, those kinds of stuff. The team plays for him, and he doesn't play for the team because he never asks the ball. He never takes responsibility. He never passes the ball forward just to the guy next to him. It's like the team plays for him and he doesn't play for the team.
Yeah.
He is our highest earned player, so maybe Arteta rates him that highly. I don't know.
Another problem we have: injuries. Thomas Partey, although he's a great midfielder, bro, I think he's one of our best midfielders. One of our best midfielders,
if not the best.
If not the best. The only problem with this guy is he's made of biscuits.
Yes.
His bones literally brittle. They break very easily. Very easily. If we are to go, I know. Sorry, yeah, MDR. I should have probably addressed that. That he isn't going to AFCON. For anybody who doesn't know, Partey is not going to AFCON. He is staying with the squad.
Alhamdulillah.
Staying in London, which alhamdulillah. This is what I've been calling for. I've been calling for the club to have a pair of balls. Yeah? Tell Partey, listen, you're not going nowhere, brother. You're staying here. You're staying here. Yeah? You're not going anywhere. Tell Garner to fuck off. He's not going there. Go look for another midfielder because he's not going. Just come out from injury. Respectfully, let me get him into the team. We're gonna go do the little Dubai thing. He's gonna come back from Dubai and he's gonna be ready to take on the rest of the season. Like, let us have a break, man. Let us have a break. These guys want to take him straight away after he's come back from an injury. Like, come on, man. Fucking Chris Hughton, bro. Like, give us a rest, man. Give us a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even then, I still don't trust this guy. He's a liability defensively. He's a liability injury wise.
Mm-hmm.
I can't trust him. I can't put my full trust into Thomas Partey to stay fit. I can't. I was trying to back him, and I tried to back him. And I said, you know what? He's gonna get through it. He's gonna change. He's gonna become a better player. He's gonna become well, and he's not gonna be injured again. Maybe this was just unlucky that he got injured these times. But nah, bro, we're way past that now.
Mm-hmm.
We're way past that.
Yeah.
If you have anything to say, bro, I gotta go to the bathroom quickly. If you just
Okay.
quickly speak. Sorry, man.
No problem. The only thing I would want from Partey right now is to produce what he produced last season in the first half, because the second half he got injured and stuff happened and he fell off a little bit. If he can come back and just give me the second half of the season what he did in the first half of the season, that would be enough for me. After that, I would still sell him in the summer, not because I don't rate him, because I rate him highly. I think he's one of our best midfielders, if not the best midfielder, the general, as we call him. But like Saad said, he's right when he said he's not reliable. But if he can just produce this half a season that is left, that's enough for me. Because he can be one of the key players that just moves us over the line to still be in a title challenge. Because um, just to remember people what happened against City, the long ball came from a Partey. He was the one that saw that. Do you ever see Declan Rice do that? And I'm not saying Declan Rice is a bad player, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying a double pivot with Partey and Rice would be better, because Partey brings other qualities that Rice still doesn't have, like those things that he did against City and other teams that we beat. Because when we beat Tottenham last year, for example, he was one of the key players why we beat them. His goal was sick. He controlled the midfield in his back pocket, and yeah, I think we can still use that in the second half of the season. Um, it's not a big ask, because it's not a full season. What I'm asking, what I want from him is produce this second half of the season like you did in the first half of last season, because those are the same amount of games. It's not a big ask. Just please do that, and that's enough for me. After that, you can leave in the summer. We can buy someone like Fofana or something, almost the same profile player, much younger, still fresh. We can replace him. He is replaceable. It's not like he is the end all be all. But we are talking about wanting a midfielder or wanting a striker, and we dilly dally on between the two, and we don't know which one we want at the end. But if Partey comes back, we have the midfield problem sorted, in my opinion, because a double pivot with Partey and Rice, with Ødegaard up front, and if you create a scenario where Ødegaard doesn't have to defend, you'll get a much better Ødegaard. Because to answer the question that Saad also answered about Ødegaard just then, the reason why Ødegaard isn't performing this season as good as last season is because he needs to defend more. He needs to drop deep a lot more. And last season, he didn't have to do that. Last season, he was free because he had Xhaka, he had Partey, two beasts in the back, two brick walls that you cannot pass without getting kicked, you know? And Ødegaard didn't have to defend. And now he needs to defend because we have Silky Havertz that likes to move forward and doesn't ask for the ball and doesn't want to create a play. Now Ødegaard needs to do a lot more, and a lot more also in the defensive sense. And that's why I'm saying I don't want to fully blame Ødegaard, because I still think there's a quality player there. I don't think we're using him in his strengths. That's what I think at this moment in time. And if Partey comes back and delivers the second half of the season, like I said, it's not a big ask. This season could go different. I mean, a lot different, Because just to remind people, we were talking about Partey being the best DM, if not, I mean, the second best DM, if not the best DM of last year. We were talking about him being better than Casemiro and him battling Rodri. And now suddenly he's not good enough. Trust me, bro, I will deal with this injury this season and still say, if you're fit enough, play the second half, because you will do a lot more than most of these players that are playing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I completely agree. I completely agree. We will be having so stick about, guys, because we will be having Mo. Mo is able to join us for a bit. He's gonna come and speak about this as well, because this is right now a topic for us to talk about is our future. For the Arsenal fans that are in here, I know a few there's a few rivals in here. So listen, big up to the rivals anyway. But I agree with what you're saying, T. That even the latter end of this season, having Thomas Partey for that is very valuable. And Achi here asking a question saying, will Havertz be benched when Partey comes back? I can tell you right now,
he must.
That no, it's not even he must. I expect Thomas Partey to moonwalk back into this team.
Yeah.
Rice moves over to the left 8, or Rice is the DM, Rice is the 6, and use Thomas Partey as the 8. It's very simple. It is very simple. This is not hard. Football is not a hard game, man. Football is not a difficult game. Football is a simple game. It's a simple game. So instead of trying to make it harder for yourself, why not simplify it? Simplify it by just putting players in their proper positions. Forget about this whole bullshit with Havertz, because Havertz is not working right now. Havertz is not working right now. Although we all want to be shameless, we want to sing the Waka Waka song, and we want to get gassed when he's scoring goals. If Kai Havertz doesn't score goals for us, what does he realistically offer for me on a football pitch? If he doesn't score goals, what does he offer?
Pictures.
For me, absolutely fucking zero, nothing. He offers absolutely nothing. And that is the main reason. That is one of the main reasons. Him being in that midfield, Thomas Partey being absent from that midfield, and us not getting the right players to break the lines is the reason why our attack is struggling at the moment. Because if we really want to talk about it, if we really want to talk about why Martinelli is looking so bad right now, it has to be Havertz. Because let's look at when Xhaka was on that side. Let's look at when Xhaka was on that side and he was helping Martinelli. He was assisting Martinelli by getting the ball to him as quickly as possible. Martinelli has a great thing in here about him, where he has pace, blistering pace. So you get the ball to him as quickly as possible. He can do the job. He can get it in behind. He can go and score a goal. But right now, because he's having next to no passes towards him, do you know what I mean? He's not being given the ball enough. Yep. We are literally leaving him in positions where he's got to go up against 2 or 3 guys, get past 2 or 3 guys. That was never Martinelli's game.
Nope.
He was always in behind, get in front of goal, get a score 1-on-1. Or he would pass the ball into the middle where somebody would be waiting there. That is what Martinelli was doing before. Now that we've put him in this position where Havertz is literally occupying the same space, and I've said this over and over again. You put Kai Havertz there. Kai Havertz occupies the exact same space that Martinelli would be occupying. He goes he carries the ball forward rather than getting it to Martinelli straight away. He goes and occupies that space. He stands in that space, waits around and sees what's going on. All right, let me pass it here. Oh, Martinelli's made the run, but I'm not going to pass it to him yet. Right, now that he's got a man on him, let me pass it to Martinelli. Martinelli's all alone there. He hasn't got anybody helping him. The left 8 isn't helping him. The left 8 isn't helping him at all. The fullback doesn't help him because the fullback is inverted into the midfield.
Which is, he's not even good enough. But yeah.
Exactly. So the system in itself, the system that Arteta built, which worked last season. Because how can a system work so well and then now it doesn't work?
It's not exactly the same system. I think Arteta, what I think to be, and I'm going to be honest, this is not an agenda or anything. I think Arteta has a little bit PTSD of last season, and he is over controlling. He is over fixing the team, and he's trying to do things that isn't smart, doesn't make sense, and at the end, it has a domino effect on other working parts that are not working anymore. If you have but one bad tire, if you have one bad screw in a machine, the whole machine can fall apart. You know. And the way he does it right now is just he's using first of all, he's using wrong parts, but he's also over analyzing games and overdoing some games. And sometimes when we just need to play simple football, he just overcomplicates it, and then we don't look like scoring. And that's the main issue right now. And yes, we can blame Havertz. Like I said, it is a totally different player than Xhaka, because Xhaka played for the team, Havertz plays for himself. Havertz gives Martinelli the ball to create an opening for himself. Xhaka gave through balls to Martinelli to create chances for Martinelli. That's the difference.
Exactly.
That's the difference. And
exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. The parts are not the right parts, and the system right now is not systeming because of that. And it's just that simple.
But this, you see, this is where we go into speaking about Arteta, because Arteta in himself he's using the exact same system, but the wrong parts. He's using the exact same system. He's expecting this exact same system to work, but using instead of Xhaka, he uses Havertz, which will never work. It will never work. In his system, that left 8 position was so important because that player would be able to progress the ball forward and would be able to help with the defensive duties. If Kai Havertz is not progressing the ball forward and he's not helping with the defensive duties, he becomes a massive hole in that midfield. He gets passed so quickly. He gets marked so quickly. He gets blocked into corners. He gets cornered so quickly. And this is only one thing of the system that's not working. Exact same thing happens on the other side. He's trying to play Rice, and he's trying to play a double pivot with Rice, and trying to play a double pivot with Rice and Zinchenko in the midfield. When Zinchenko comes in from the left back position, that's not going to work. And that's not going to work because although you're using Zinchenko in the midfield, who's covering for him at left back then? When the winger is going to go in, who's covering for him at left back? Because that used to be Xhaka.
Now it's Gabriel.
But that just proves that the whole system is going to be flawed with how he's brought this guy into the midfield. And this automatically circles back to Arteta taking that risk by bringing Havertz in, which has absolutely torn us open, wide open now, because the tactics that he is using, he's not adapting to the players that he has. I can say it right now that I think Havertz, his best position is up front. As funny enough as it sounds,
yeah, striker, exactly.
He's best up front in that centre forward, false nine, whatever you want to call it, when he is on the edge of the box, ready to get the ball. Who plays as a Rice? Who plays as a 6? Rice or Partey? Rice plays as the 6. Partey has to be the 8 because Partey is the one that can pass forward. Partey is the one that can progress the ball.
But knowing Arteta, he would probably play Partey at the 6 and
Partey at
Rice
6.
at the 8 because he wanted to test him as an 8 also. He rates him as an 8, so I think that will happen.
Arteta has been trying to do new things. I knew it straight away. When I saw Arteta go out and put Thomas Partey at right back, I was like, right, what are we doing here, man? Is he
you know
really
why?
trying to? Is he trying? Because I know exactly why. I know
Bernardo
exactly why.
Silva.
And I'm just guys. I'm just gonna bring on Mo. Welcome Mo to the channel. Big up, man. Big up.
Big up, big up.
Happy New Year, by the way, to you and
Happy
your
New
family.
Year, bro.
Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year to you as well.
But just quickly sticking on that, I know exactly why Arteta decided to try and put what's his name? Partey at the right back position. I know exactly why. Because he wants to get Havertz into that team no matter what. No matter what, Havertz is in that team. So if Havertz is in that team and he wants Rice to be in that team,
I thought you were singing the song.
Don't start all of that.
I think you were fucking singing the song last time.
Don't start all of that.
Me and
I'm
you
shameless.
on the listen. Sing the song. I want you to sing the song live on your stream. Sing the song now. You're gonna sing the song now. You sang it before. You're gonna sing the song now. I'm gonna sing it with you. Sing the song. Sing the song.
I'm not singing the song. I refuse. Look at this guy.
6 million again.
Hey, if I put a
sing the song.
No, I can't sing that song. I can't because I've this past week everything is just coming up to the surface now. Everything. And everything has to be questioned,
bro. I think
no. There's no overreaction. I'm not coming out here and saying Arteta out. I'm not, because I still think the season is salvageable. I still think there's some players that can come in.
Salvageable, bro? Like what does that even mean for people?
I still think that we can have a go at the title to win the league.
All right.
Is what I mean by salvageable.
All right.
Because we're not necessarily out of the title race yet. Mathematically, we're not.
Bro, you are not out of the title race at all.
Yes, but Mo, all it takes...
No, you can fucking be 5 points behind Liverpool today.
Exactly. But all it takes is all it takes is 1 or 2 losses. Exactly, Mo. Come on, man. I've already done this maths in my head. I've been looking at the table and doing every mathematical possibility to see how far we are going to be away from.
Bro, you are going to play Liverpool at your ground. That's one for you. You're going to play Liverpool at your ground. That's one for you.
We play Man City away.
Well, that's between you and them. Then you can get a draw.
Exactly.
You can get if Liverpool can get a draw. I don't know.
There's a difference.
Like nobody knows. Do you know why nobody knows? Because nobody knows how Kevin De Bruyne will look. Nobody knows what you are gonna do in the January transfer window. You might go get an 8. You might go get a striker. And now it's if you don't get fuck all, you're gonna.
All I'm hearing.
Do you want me to tell you the truth, son? It looks like it. If you don't get anybody in January, you literally might finish 5th. You might not play Champions League next year. I know you don't want to believe that, but because I know Spurs are already in talks with Tadibo and another guy and a forward. Aston Villa are looking to sign a couple of players. Man City might sign players. Liverpool might sign players. If you are left out and you don't catch up, now looking at it at the moment, you still are the top 4 favorite. You still are one of the title contenders, right? Because Timber's going to be back, maybe Partey's going to be back, but if everybody else sign players and you've been left out, you might even not finish in the top 4. And that's
Partey's confirmed he's going to be. Partey's confirmed he's going to be back because I don't know if you heard, he's not going to AFCON. Yeah, he's not going to Ghana.
I actually have no
They
idea.
they said that
I don't follow that, bro. Like, to be honest.
so what's happened is Ghana, they were speaking with Arsenal and they decided that he's not going to go to them. He's going to continue his recovery here at Arsenal and
Okay.
just play for Arsenal. So he's not going to go to the AFCON this year.
But I'm gonna
this
keep
time.
repeating
But
this,
even
and people, I keep repeating this. Sad. Listen, there's over 30 people watching, guys. So at least get the likes up to 30. I think that's the least you can do for my boy Sad. The likes up. You need to like the video, people. I know that people are watching. Just freaking like the video. Go in your burners
come
and
on,
like the
guys,
video, people. Come on.
like it up,
So,
like
in
it
my
up.
opinion, Partey isn't the solution at the moment. The reason why I'm saying that, because actually Declan Rice is doing a good job at the 6. And you have a
He
problem.
is. Oh, Mo. Oh, so you don't even understand.
I don't.
Partey is the solution. He is the 8.
Okay.
He's the 8. He's
I
the
never
8.
looked at it. I never
Rice,
looked. I never
Rice is the
looked at it
6.
like this. I never looked at it as Partey is the box to box. I never, because
He has
Arteta
to be.
hasn't played him as a box to box since he came to Arsenal. So,
He has to be. And even then, you can play a double pivot with Rice and Partey,
but that's
where
that's gonna
they can
create
both
another
be.
problem.
Why is that going to create another problem?
Because you have a problem create. Okay, so the fact that you created chances in the Aston Villa game, Saad, doesn't negate the facts that you have been not creating chances the majority of the season. So you're lacking someone that is in the midfield that will help Odegaard, Martinelli, and Saka and Jesus create chances. Because you did it one game doesn't mean you have been doing it for the season. Again, it's Fulham. You didn't create enough chances. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So you need to play double pivot. And the majority of the season, you didn't have a problem defensively. You're just looking at the last 2 games, and you're actually just reaction. You're being reactionary, right? But the majority of the season, your defense has been all right with one midfielder, and the other guy. The problem is the left 8 hasn't been creating, and Odegaard hasn't playing up to the level. Hear me out here. So your solution for not creating chances is to actually add more defenders, which is another midfielder. Unless you're telling me that a double pivot solves the offensive problem.
Yeah, but
How?
just to add to that, isn't Xhaka is a more defensive player than Havertz, and we created more last year. How is
That's
that
wrong.
the case then?
That's absolutely wrong. So the way Granit Xhaka played last year is completely different than the Granit Xhaka that played the 4 seasons before that at Arsenal, or the 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
The way Granit Xhaka played last year, I'm gonna compare him to the Gundogan, which is he contributed 14 GA. That's not a defensive player. That's very close to an attacking midfielder.
True, yeah.
Right? So Granit Xhaka last year was the first one inside the 18, first one supporting Martinelli, but also the first one putting a last-ditch tackle when the opposition was on transition. The first one covering Zinchenko on that left. That's why Zinchenko wasn't exposed majority of the time. Because Granit Xhaka, the way he played football last year is, I believe, is close to the top-notch 8. But he hasn't done this for ages, right? He has done it for 1 season. And I believe that part of a machine is why Arsenal had 50 points at 19 games. That's the thing about it. So, plus, of course, Odegaard providing chances and scoring goals, Saka, Martinelli, blah, blah, blah. But that part of a midfielder, the one that can cover defensively, but also contribute offensively massively, is something that you're missing. I actually believe that Kai Havertz doesn't contribute anything to the team, anything at all.
I believe you.
At
I'm
all.
in agreement with
like
that.
I promise you, the goals he scored, yes, well, he isn't. Okay, Lee Gunnar called him a German giraffe, which is fine. He isn't a wooden stick on the pitch. At the end, he's a guy right on the pitch. He's someone. He will run. He's a professional footballer that had absolutely fantastic seasons at Bayern Leverkusen. So he isn't completely a bum. But in this system, the majority of the time, I see Kai Havertz just standing there. I swear to God, just standing, bro. Like, the reason why I'm saying that, numbers say that. Number of passes on the pitch say that as a midfielder. Number of touches say that in the game. The way he slows down the game say that. Like Martinelli yesterday had a run on the fullback, on that right fullback. I don't know, Castagna was playing there. if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
Yeah, Castagna.
Martinelli, Declan Rice had a pass break in the midfield to Kai Havertz, who turned and looked at Martinelli running and chose not to. And Martinelli had a yard or two on the defender without being offside, right? And 30 yards to run into, and he didn't play it. He literally didn't play. He turned. Do you know where the ball went? It went to David Raya. The ball on the transition went to David Raya. So Kai Havertz, you're literally, sometimes I feel like you're playing with 10 people. And it looks nuts because Kai Havertz scored 3 goals in the league. Well, what does that mean? Does he contribute to the system? There is more embedded problem. Like, let me explain to you in a different manner. Julian Alvarez was scoring goals and assists in the beginning of the season for Man City behind Haaland. That's a fact. And people called him, he's the best players. But some Man City content creators and some pundits said, well, you are creating another problem by doing that, which is Phil Foden isn't performing. So you can get a better output if you play Phil Foden in the middle. And that happened. Kai Havertz might get you a goal or two, might get you 3 goals. But at the end, what Granit Xhaka offered last year is last-ditch tackles, coverage for a fullback that is, by nature, he's an offensive fullback. Zinchenko played in the midfield for the national team and for Manchester City in the midfield sometimes. So you're playing him as a left back, and now he's getting exposed because Kai Havertz doesn't cover the guy, and because Declan Rice is isolated. So he gets isolated with forwards, with wingers, and he isn't a defender. He doesn't know how to defend. So now you need to replace Kai Havertz. That's a big problem.
Yes. No, but Mo, this is my problem, yeah. Because when I look at Kai Havertz, yeah, and what Xhaka was, yeah, the reason why Xhaka wasn't creating before, wasn't offering GA much in the last 4 years before last season, yeah,
Yes,
was because he was forced into a DM position. They were trying to play Xhaka, funnily enough, as a DM, which Xhaka can't do that, because if you put Xhaka in that position as a DM, Xhaka starts to make a mistake. If you put solely the defensive responsibility on him, he'll make mistakes. He'll have bozo moments. He'll get red cards, yellow cards. He'll get booked in games for no reason, because he's got that sole defensive duty put on top of it, or responsibility put on top of him. Yeah.
yes.
Now, you put Xhaka in that left 8 position, it worked. Yeah, he done the defensive duties when he needed to in transition. And also, as soon as he got that ball, first thing he does, look up to Martinelli. Where's Martinelli? He's making a run. Yep, get the ball to him as soon as possible. Martinelli has the pace. So you put a ball over the top, you put a ball on the floor through the defenders, it's going to go. He's going to get to it most of the time because he has the pace to catch the ball. Havertz, I agree with you, does nothing on the pitch. Unless he scores us a goal, he's absolutely... I looked at it just now and I pulled up the stats for the viewers. Bro, do you know how many touches he had against Fulham? 37 touches.
So let me
As a midfield player, 37 touches.
Let me tell you the difference.
Shocking.
Okay. So I just looked at the stats of Granit Xhaka last year versus Kai Havertz this year.
Yeah.
So the average passing per 90 for Granit Xhaka last year was 42 passes. Kai Havertz is 27. That's a massive difference in the game. Right? The completion is the same. Also, the pass type, goal and creation, defensive actions. Yes, maybe Kai Havertz put in more tackles, but the tackles one is higher for Granit Xhaka. And let me tell you the difference. Granit Xhaka has double the tackles in the defensive third than Kai Havertz last year. So Kai Havertz is playing as an advanced midfielder that tried to press from the top, right? So maybe that's why people say, yeah, but he's winning these tackles. Yeah, but Kai Havertz was offering, Granit Xhaka was offering something else, was offering defensive assurance plus his offensive attributes. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Can you not say that this is why Declan Rice looks like he gets isolated at times?
Yes, he does.
The reason why, shall I tell you the reason why? Is because you have Odegaard and you have Kai Havertz, both of them playing as 8s, yeah?
Yes.
Very forward and high 8s. if you leave Declan Rice by himself there as a lone six,
Yes, I'm with
what's
you.
he
I'm just
gonna
laughing
do?
at a comment with
What's
that. I
he gonna
remember
do?
the interior
I know.
eight. The interior eight.
Right.
Yeah, people do all
But
of this.
what's
To be honest with you, I am not one of these fans. I'm always like this. I support Inter, and I've been called out a lot of times negative at Inter because I call things as I see it. People do, to be honest, football fans do what makes them sleep well at night. This is not just
Yeah,
Mo saying.
I agree.
Like,
Exactly.
people literally just, you know what? Because if you try to criticize your team, you're being called negative. Well, you praise what needs to be praised and you criticize what needs to be criticized. But some people just do what makes them sleep well at night. You know what I mean? Because if they believe, because Arsenal fans, some of them, if they believe that Kai Havertz wasn't the right signing, most of them will be thinking, well, so we're not winning anything because that happened and this happened, and they won't be able to sleep at night, right? But instead, what they did is they lied to themselves. Yeah, Kai Havertz scored 3 goals. He's fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, well, but that's not great because he isn't playing great because there are other aspects of the game that he's hurting. So
Exactly.
Mo is too funny. You know why? You know why Mo is saying this? Yeah, I'm literally remembering back to when we were doing before the Liverpool game at the Lahore. We were doing the combined 11. We put Havertz in there, and Mo's just sitting there like, "Are we serious right now?" We Kai Havertz instead of Szoboszlai, bro. You were shocked, bro. You're like, "What the fuck is
Yeah,
going on?"
but Mo is spot on. He is spot on.
No, he is spot on.
It's like I said before. Havertz takes away from the team, and the Xhaka brings something to the team. Xhaka plays for the team, and Havertz plays for himself. He only creates chances for himself to be open for goals. And other than that, he doesn't create others something for other players. And that's the main issue we're facing with him right now. And also the defensive attributes, which he doesn't have. Also.
Yeah.
So yeah, we the system is not systeming because we don't have the right parts, like I said before.
I don't know
Yeah,
your
and
name, my bro. I don't know your name.
it's T.
I am TKA Tolga. Nice to meet you, Mo.
TKA.
Yeah, TKA. Yes, the
Just say
commenter.
T, bro.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, right.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
But the thing is, yeah, when we look at this, yeah, when I look at Arteta, he's made a big mistake here. Yeah, he's taken a risk. He's taken a risk. He's taken a risk with this signing and bought it in for
You know the problem is sad,
a
and then
lot
I'm gonna let you
of money.
finish. And the problem is that the fucker is stubborn. That's the problem. He wants to be right.
Yes, but no, but listen, you
Like
can
he
at the
doesn't want
same
to admit
time
he's wrong.
you can win. You can win things while being stubborn. It's just
No, but
you
he's
have
being
to be
stubborn with
stubborn
this guy.
on the right things. On
He's
the
very
right
stubborn,
things.
but he's very stubborn with Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
Like many people asked him this, and in the press conference, oh, he's great. He offers us so much. You don't believe yourself. You literally don't believe yourself. You don't.
Because I said the best position for me for Kai Havertz is striker or false nine.
He can be another
That's the
option
best
for a
position.
striker, by the way.
Exactly, a squad player. But the fact that
Well,
he
he
spent
doesn't have to be a
65
squad
million.
player. He can play when needed as a striker. He can play in some games. Like, for example, yesterday, you could have used Kai Havertz as a striker instead of freaking Eddie Nketiah, who had 3 passes in 42 minutes. That's nuts, bro. If I play football and I pass the ball 3 times in like 40 minutes, I'm like, what the heck am I doing?
What am I doing? I'm out of the
It's like,
game.
what am I doing on
Wow.
this
Out of the
pitch,
game.
bro?
They're
I'm
only
actually
passing to me
checking
when
the
they need
stat
to.
to be actually completely honest about it, right?
No, he had like 30 something passes in the Fulham game.
Eddie Nketiah.
Oh no, not Eddie Nketiah. I was talking about Havertz. Are we talking about Eddie Nketiah? Sorry.
Eddie Nketiah had majority 5 passes. I think 3 of them completed in the first 45 minutes.
And he played 90 minutes as well, huh?
Yeah, in the 90 minutes, I believe he had 11 passes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So Kai Havertz played for the first half.
Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on. That's not even the worst one, Mo. Guess how many touches in the opposition's box he had?
I actually
Just
don't.
take a guess.
How do you get that?
Just it's on Foot Mob.
One.
They say it. He had two touches in the opposition's box. Two. Meaning everything that he done.
Well, that's not him though. So
No, but
just to explain this to you, just to explain it. You having 2 touches in the opposition's box isn't going to be down to your problem, but you having 3 passes is a problem that you created. The reason why the team didn't get him the ball in the opposition's box. He was asked to get out of the box. He was asked to drop. The problem with Mikel Arteta yesterday is he actually put in Ketia and asked him to do Jesus' job.
Yes.
Again, another idiotic instructions. He isn't Gabriel Jesus. And Gabriel Jesus in the game before, and I'm going to say that, yes, missed the chances, but that front 5 that you guys didn't like Trossard or whatever, okay, as Arsenal fans. And I said, this front 5, Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, Odegaard, Trossard, together created the most chances per game for Arsenal this season. They didn't put them away, so maybe trust them another game and see if they can put the ball in the back of the net. But you're taking 2 of these out, putting in Ketia and Havertz. Well, what happened? You created less chances. You had less control of the game. That's what happened. And your players got less touches. So you're an idiot. He is literally in my opinion, if the player isn't putting the ball in the back of the net, right, consistently, you take him out. But you created chances, bro. You literally created chances in that West Ham game, and lots of them. Something that you haven't done the majority of the season. Is it down to Trossard playing 8? Is it down to Jesus? I don't care. Not my problem. But that combination created the majority of chances per game during the whole season.
Can I ask you one thing, Mo? Do you think Arteta is the right manager for this club right now? And do you think he can bring us over the line?
Yes. I believe so. I actually believe. The reason why my evidence is that someone that creates a system that works like this, that what happened last year, especially for about 29 games, is someone that create that system again. He's still learning on the job. The difference between me and you is that you guys are Arsenal fans. You hold Arsenal to this level, right? I don't, right? Because I'm an outsider, right?
Fair.
You haven't won in 20 years, right? Yes, you might need to win today, but you're still not the best team in the country. Yes, you spend money, but you still have room to progress. My point about Arteta is that he created a very, very good system last year that worked against the majority of the teams. What is the evidence that I have to say that he won't do it again? That he won't learn to create that? He made a big mistake in Kai Havertz. If you kept Xhaka, or you signed, instead of signing 65 million, I believe Arsenal should have offered Xhaka 3-year contract and went that 65 million and actually invested in a very, very good striker, right?
Yeah.
A very good striker. There were strikers in the wings. Or instead of signing Kai Havertz, you could have went and signed for 65 million, signed Szoboszlai. Imagine Szoboszlai is a left 8 for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there are players out there that you could have gone. So he made a mistake. What does it mean when you throw him under the bus? It doesn't mean Jurgen Klopp made a mistake last year. Well, Mikel Arteta doesn't have enough credit in the bank for us to say, if this season goes to shit, let's keep him. But at least he has credit in the bank in terms of a system created, and the way you played football last year, to say, well, let's see if we give him this January transfer window to rectify this mistake or these mistakes that he has, and maybe get back to the way he was playing football last year and fix it. If he doesn't, now I say regret. But I don't have evidence sitting here because he never worked in another club before. Like, it didn't go to shit before for him. Does that make sense? It didn't.
Yes.
He only worked in one club, Arsenal, as a manager, as a coach, as someone who is leading that pack, right? And yes, he had shit seasons, 3 seasons, but at the end last season, he got it right. So let's wait and see. Is he the guy to get over the line? Well, I don't know, right? The reason why I don't know, because there is not enough data for me out there to see if he can get you over the line or not. But there is evidence that he can create a system that can work in the leagues, because he did it last year. And I believe if Saliba didn't get injured last year, he might have won the league.
I agree.
I also believe that. I also agree with that. But the thing is with Arteta, listen, I'm not Arteta out yet.
But you're almost Arteta out.
Listen, I still think it's salvageable, man. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. It's about how we deal with this. It's about how we deal with the transfer window, who we bring in. This is probably the most important transfer window we've had in a while.
Yeah, with not
And
much space to spend, also.
exactly
So it's going to be
because
interesting.
I've never. The thing is with me, I've never seen a club where you have to sell to buy, but the manager is saying he doesn't want to sell any of the players.
Well, if Arteta calls players
does
like
that work?
Nketiah key players and doesn't even entertain offers from Crystal Palace, you know it's going to be a long transfer window, because Eddie Nketiah
100%.
is that kind of player that we need to sell, and he says he's a key player. So what are we going to do?
Listen. When it comes to the market, we are. It's a very thin line between getting the right player and the wrong player. They can go for somebody in the wrong position. They're going for defenders. Apparently, they want defenders. They also might go for a midfielder. They're willing to let players go on loan. I'm hearing Tomiyasu is allowed to go on loan. Also, Reece Nelson is allowed to go on loan. Same thing. Nketiah is not allowed to go. They're saying they're only gonna accept an offer which is big enough to drive him away from the club because they want to keep him. What does Eddie Nketiah bring to us? What? I don't think he's necessarily a good finisher. His movement in the box is not good enough. His position in the box is not good enough. His awareness is not good enough.
Hold on.
Although yes, he done the pass for
Hold on.
Havertz.
This Giza is 24 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
About to be 25 in the new year, man.
Woo. I had no idea, actually.
How old did you think he was? 21?
21, 22 max,
Yes,
because
no.
the way he plays like a youngster, younger than the other
Yes.
guy.
And that's the issue. And that's the issue we're facing right now. This guy is not an academy prospect, just fresh out of the academy. This guy has played in Leeds United, was their main
He was brought in
striker.
was he brought in by Arsene Wenger
Yeah,
to the team?
he was.
That's how long ago, Mo, yeah?
mhm.
Arsene Wenger brought him into the team. Not not Arteta, not Emery. It was Arsene Wenger who brought him in. 2017 or 2016, when he first came into the team and started training with them and playing and having his debut and stuff. So this is what we're dealing with. Right?
That's the issue: favoritism. The fact that Nketiah, El Neni, Nelson, these players are still here and earning 100K, 75K. That's a problem, bro. That's a problem.
Keep El Neni's name out of your mouth, please.
Look at this guy, man. He's so shameless, bro. Typical Egyptians, bro. You speak about their player, Allah, they'll go on.
Allah al-Azim, El Neni will do a better job. El Neni makes progressive passing. El Neni isn't as bad as you guys make him be. He isn't a bad player.
Listen, nobody's saying he's a bad player.
Actually, no, his issues is injuries more.
Yeah, of course. Yes, I agree with that.
But anyway, listen, big up El Neni, Sergio Busquets. You know what I mean? Big up, man.
The best Egyptian in the Premier League.
Exactly, bro. It's crazy. But this guy Mo is such a fraud, bro. But what I say is, all of these players that we're dealing with now, we have to start selling. We have to start selling because we need to bring in players now. We need to bring in players that suit the system, because Havertz does not in the midfield anyway. He doesn't suit the midfield. We need to bring in a striker, somebody who can still offer you somewhat close to what Jesus offers you, but with a better finish on them, a bit more clinical. We need to bring in a backup, either Saka or Martinelli. Although people would say that Trossard is a left winger, I like Trossard more centrally. If I'm being honest, I like Trossard more centrally. I don't really like him on the wings. And Saka, that's always been a problem. That right side has always been an issue. Unless you're going to move Jesus to the right side or the left side, he has no cover. What, Reece Nelson on that right side? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Although we played it in PSV and he actually looked all right, it doesn't work. Not to a high level, or the level that we want to be at. But other than that, I think that's a lot of our problems. Or have you got any problems, Mo?
No.
I said that's all our problems. He went, actually.
No, I didn't say actually. I didn't.
Okay.
Wallah, man.
We can get a striker, Sard. We can move Jesus. We get a striker, so we can move Jesus onto the wing. Yeah, but Jesus, I still would keep him in that central spot as well, because at times he can offer you something. But I can understand what you're saying in regards to obviously big up Hellboy as well. Big up Hellboy. I can also understand putting him on the wing. I think you put him on the left wing. That's what I would have done for the Fulham game. That was my starting 11. I had Martinelli dropped. You had Jesus on the left wing. You had Trossard centrally, and you had Saka on the right. That was my starting 11. But obviously we went with that. With Nketiah there, which completely cancelled it out. But other than that, I think we've addressed a lot of stuff. Guys, make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to subscribe to Footy Judge Mo as well if you haven't already. His link will be in the description as well to go to his channel, where you can find him on Footy Judge Mo. And yeah, smash the likes, man, because we are gonna have so much content for you guys. We're doing the AFCON, following Maghreb. We're gonna be watching some Egyptian games. I might have Mo back on here if he wants to talk about it.
Allah Al-Azim, I actually don't know when AFCON is gonna start.
It starts on the 13th, brother. Or 12th or 13th, one of those 2 days. But yeah, big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody, man. I'm like I said before, Happy New Year. Hope you guys are enjoying your new year already. Although Arsenal fans might not be, but big up to everybody. Hope 2024 brings you everything that you did want. And guys, we will see you on the next video. Take care, my people.